All right, 3.4 number 10 is asking you at what time on this curve right here is velocity a maximum. So you got to pay attention to what it is that you're looking at. I think it would be really tempting for people to say that the maximum value of this curve is up here somewhere, the highest that it gets, but that's not quite getting the point of this question. This is the graph, everybody, of distance. So what we're really dealing with right here is a position function, and the question is about velocity. So this question is forcing you to think hard about the relationship between a position function and a velocity function. And as we hopefully remember now, velocity, v of t, is the derivative of your position function. So when they're asking you when is velocity a maximum, they're really asking you when is the derivative of this position function its greatest. And the derivative of a function graphically shows up as the slope of its tangent line. So that's what we're looking for here, guys. Where on this graph, or I should say at what time, so it should be when on this graph, is the slope of the tangent the greatest? Well, the first thing I would probably do is notice that right about here, I'm going to kind of draw a little delineation right over there. This position function was increasing from t equals 0 up until t equals 1. And where it's increasing, its velocity would be positive. Then it kind of does nothing at all in terms of changing right here from 1 to 1.5 seconds. So at that spot there, guys, if position doesn't change, your velocity is equal to 0 on that interval. And then, if I drew another line here at 2, now we see that the position function is actually decreasing. That means our velocity is negative on that spot right there. So I'm really just looking at this interval right here, from 0 seconds until 1 second, and then this interval here from 2 until about 3 to try to figure out where I've got the steepest tangent line. And I think the answer to that, everybody, let me switch colors on you right here. Well, let's take a look. To me, anyway, I've got a relatively low rate of increase here and a relatively low rate of increase here, but right about here, guys, is where, at least to me anyway, that tangent line looks like it's actually the steepest. All right? And then if I look in this other interval, I also think that it's right in the middle somewhere there, but I think that that slope would probably look something like that. And so if you were to ask me which of those two green lines looks like it has the steeper slope, I would say this one right over here that has a point of tangency right there when t is equal to 0.5. So I think we could say that our maximum velocity occurs at t equals 0.5, and it looks like we're measuring time in hours. So 30 minutes then after we begin this journey.